An Airbnb host just lost thousands of pounds because they committed fraud using AI. A guest checked out of an Airbnb and the host claimed that the guest did damage to a coffee table, and they generated an image of the damage using some form of AI or Photoshop. The host initially won the claim with Airbnb. Airbnb's not prepared for something like this. But would you know it, the Airbnb guest's real name is Guardian Money. This can't go well for the host. Guardian Money disputes this claim, even offering under oath testimonial from third-party witnesses that the home was left in perfect condition. Upon further investigation, Airbnb discovers that this photo was doctored. They offered an apology and a refund for the amount that they charged her for. That wasn't good enough. She said she's never coming back to Airbnb. They later gave her 1/5 of her reservation as a refund, and she still protested. And Airbnb, along with the apology, gave her 100% of her reservation value back, over £4,000. This is in the UK. They do have different laws for claims and arbitration. This does raise a global concern, though. As a host for 10 years and a person in the space on YouTube, I've seen hosts and guests on both sides do crazy stuff in order to win their disputes or their claims. We'll see a guest plant a plastic roach to get a free night stay. We'll see a host generate fake text messages of threats in order to get a review removed. We've seen it all. But with the rise of AI, this is increasingly easy to do, and we must ask at this point, are people truly bad? Or is lowering the barrier to entry of crime in high-stress situations going to induce hosts or guests to do crazy things? I've seen within the last few years people shoplifting at Target. People who make $10,000 a month have confessed to me that they shoplift because prices of stuff is just too high. The middle upper class are committing more crimes because the world is more dystopian. And with the rise of AI, it is easier to commit fraud-based claims. So much so that insurance companies are looking for alternatives than photo documentation to prove that a roof or a vehicle is damaged. From my current research, Airbnb has not made comment on this resolution or resolutions of that nature. But we have seen in the news, Airbnb's made many changes to their policies, including a shift in chargeback liability. Airbnb will not eat losses from credit card fraud or credit card disputes. They're no longer holding that and protecting the host. Airbnb is implementing AIs of their own. They use an AI to determine if somebody's circumventing Airbnb's policies. If you're a host and you get banned on the platform or you get a listing removed, Airbnb will scour a geofenced area of listings to look for matches of the removed listing and any new listings that could be circumventing Airbnb's policies. It is even alleged that Airbnb is using AI in their review removal process. I believe they did for a period of time, and they quietly walked it back because Airbnb once even publicly mentioned AI in their review removal process. But just last night, I had a 1-star review removed, and it took 12 hours for someone to get back to me. They read my documentation and they did remove it. So I do believe it's not entirely AI driven, because it would have been much faster if that was the case. But hosts and friends, I'd like to know your thoughts. I'm sure plenty of you have backstories about photos that were used inappropriately to try to win a claim. So if you have a story to share, please put it in the comments. Maybe we'll do a follow-up video of all the horror stories that us hosts and guests go through day to day here in the world of Airbnb. Hope you enjoyed the video. Follow for more Airbnb news and, of course, tips and tricks on how to be an Airbnb host. And as always, I'll see you on the other side.